Let me show you this dipping sauce that I've been putting practically on everything. This jar will only last 1 or 2 days in my household. I'm also going to show you how to make crispy zucchini jeon or Korean pancakes. This is going to be good. Here we go. So to start, I'm going to show you the copious amounts of ingredients that I use for this sauce. So let me preface this by saying my husband likes to mix gochujang and doenjang, which is a Korean soybean paste. He loves to just pre-mix it. And so this is technically what I use to make this dipping sauce. And I want to show you this little container. He's had it for several years. He just cleans it when it's empty. But look at this, 2016 to 2017. He's had this for a while. Okay, but today I am going to show you the ratios I use when it's not pre-mixed of gochujang and doenjang. I'm using gochugaru, which is a Korean red chili pepper flakes. Some rice vinegar is going to go into this dipping sauce. I'm also going to be adding some soy sauce, low sodium. Here I have some crushed roasted sesame seeds. I'm also going to be adding some red onion, scallion, and sugar to taste. So yeah, let's put it together. Oh, and I'm also going to be adding a little bit of warm water because the doenjang, sometimes it kind of dries out and it needs a little more moisture into the mix. Okay, so I'm just going to give you kind of like eyeballed ratios here, like a starting point. So let's say a tablespoon of doenjang, which is the Korean soybean paste. And you're probably wondering, why am I adding soy sauce and doenjang? I don't know, it just works. Okay, I'm going to go with some gochujang and maybe like another tablespoon, equal ratios. If you don't want this super spicy, scale back. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. And this is rice vinegar. You could use white vinegar, maybe just a tablespoon. If you have apple cider vinegar, like I said, maybe start with a tablespoon. I'm also going to I'm going to start with maybe 2 teaspoons of sugar. Ultimately, I think I added like a tablespoon because this sauce is really to your preference and taste. So you kind of have to mix it and taste and adjust. Okay, going in with like a teaspoon, maybe like a teaspoon and a half of this. Again, if you don't want this spicy, don't add that. I'm going to add some soy sauce, eyeballing, maybe like a tablespoon. And just start mixing this to work in the doenjang and the gochujang. So the dipping sauce that I'm making today is great for dumplings, jeon, which is what I'm going to show you later, also as a marinade. So I'm going to add a little more of that warm water to thin it out and just give it a mix. You'll want to taste and adjust. I know I'm going to want more sugar, so probably like a tablespoon is going into this. I'm going to add my crushed, roasted, toasted sesame seeds. Again, eyeball that. And I chopped my red onion and scallion whites. The green tops I use like in another recipe, so I just went with the whites today. But yeah, just add that in. And I love the crunchy freshness of the sesame seeds, the onion, scallion. It's just so good. And like I said, I have been using this for everything, for Korean barbecue, marinating pork ribs. Here I'm adding a little extra water. Really, after you put the ingredients together, you're going to taste and adjust to your preference. I'm going to put a starting point or ratios of ingredients in the description below, but truly give it a taste and adjust to your preference. Okay, so for the Korean pancakes today, I'm going to use a little bit of this carrot and 1 small zucchini, and I'm just going to grate that right into the bowl. And honestly, I really don't need to give you a play-by-play on this, so just kind of, listen to some cooking sounds. Okay, so that's all shredded. I'm going to add around 6 to 7 tablespoons, maybe like a 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. So there's kind of like this trick that to get or yield crispy jun, or these Korean savory pancakes. And the key here is not to add too much water, because zucchini naturally will release its natural water content or moisture. So I'm going to give that a mix. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'm not going to oversalt this or add tons of salt because of that dipping sauce. And 1 large egg is going in. By the way, I was adjusting the light and this happened. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a mix, and let's pretend that didn't happen, okay? So a little bit of water at a time. Essentially, you want this to be paste-like, not batter-like, because like I said, the zucchini is going to release its natural moisture or water content. So no more than a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm just going to combine and mix the egg, the flour, the water, and as this sets, it will release moisture, and eventually it'll just be the right consistency for these pancakes. And if it does become extra watery, or the batter just isn't thick like this, then just add another tablespoon of all-purpose flour into the mix. Okay, so this is exactly where I want it. And as it sits here, like I said, it will release its natural water content. But I'm going to add a little bit of cooking oil to a preheated pan. Actually, that was kind of like a lot. You only need like a tablespoon of cooking oil when you're frying these up. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1/3 of this batter and sort of spread it into a circular shape, like a pancake. And you're going to cook this over like a medium-low heat for several minutes on each side to make sure that it cooks through and gets extra crispy. Okay, so this one's done, going on my plate with a paper towel, and I'm going to make the other 2. So in the meantime, if you are new here, welcome to my channel, Simply Mama Cooks. I'm Angelica. Please be sure to like this video, comment down below, and please subscribe. Okay, so for those of you that have followed me for a long time, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for listening to some of the babble and jargon that I say on this channel. I promise, I'm really just trying to share stuff that I cook in my home. Okay, so I gotta say, listening to this bubble and fry and just get crispy, it really is some of my favorite cooking sounds. Okay, so the last one, I'm going to add just a smidge of cooking oil, and you'll just want to swirl that around the pan and then add the rest of this batter. Okay, last one on the plate, and it's time to dig in. Take a look at these, perfectly crispy on the outside, cooked through, so good, and perfect for dipping. So I've got my sauce, and this sauce has lasted 2 to 3 days without any issues, without going bad. So anything longer, I'm not sure, because we really eat the heck out of this. So I'm going in. And I just want to warn everyone, if you do not like eating sounds, tune away, fast forward, go to the end of the video. So I like to store it in this little mason jar, this glass jar in the fridge. A couple of days works, and this is perfect for marinate. I love to marinate pork with this. So my husband's going to probably finish this entire plate. I'll have to make more. So this is the dipping sauce that I've been putting on everything. Is it good? Mm-hmm. So I hope you give this a try, and I'll see you in the next video.